Here with head football coach Paul Winters for week 5 of the Locker Room Report. Great win over Saginaw Valley. Started fast, hung on there at the end with a few defensive stops. Final impressions from the win over the Cardinals.
Well, it was really a hard-fought game. I think both teams came out a little bit bruised up and battered.
That's a GLIAC
football game, exactly right. They're a good football team, and they play really good defense, sound defense, and I thought our guys responded really well, especially at the beginning of the game. You know, we haven't had Deontay Nicholas in that situation in forever. And
where he's a true running back.
Where he's a true running back. There's there's no limits on him anymore, and he went out and responded extremely well. So that's another thing that we're excited about.
All season long, the first quarter has been the difference, it seems like, both in the 2 losses and then in these 2 wins. Talk about how important the first quarter is in a football game, just in general.
It shouldn't be that big a deal. I think sometimes when you're young, it is a bigger deal. But we're not really that young, so I don't see that being a problem. I think what happened was the first 2 teams got on us, and they were good, and we weren't really a confident football team at that point. And then for a team like us that didn't have confidence, getting on teams early has been a big assist for us.
So it's more of a confidence thing.
Yeah, I think it's more than anything else. You know, if you look at the good teams that we've had, we've started down 14-0 and crushed teams.
Yeah.
So
it's a very evenly played game in terms of yards and points. Obviously, 4-point win. Turnovers seem to be the difference, including turnover that directly led to points, and then there was a blocked kick that we'll talk about a little bit later. But those 2 turnovers early in the game seemed to pretty much be the difference in between the 2 teams as it finished.
Well, the turnovers are huge because that's directly responsible for 10 points. There were other parts that were, you think of the big plays, the big things that happen. Our punt down to the 1-yard line actually created the turnover. So being able to do that was big for us. And the other thing that was big for us is we had 33 minutes time of possession.
Yeah.
So when we control the football, we let our defense rest, and when they need to play, they play well.
Yeah, you guys are top in the league in time of possession and then top 15 nationally in time of possession. That seems to be maybe kind of going back to the Wayne State calling card. Run the ball, get first downs, and control the clock.
Exactly, and just be efficient in the passing game. And I think, if you look at our last few games, we've been able to throw it pretty well early, not as well late. And we just got to, consistency over the course of the game.
Leon Eggleston continues to make plays. He might have had his best game of his career. We're sitting right by his locker, and we can see his headshot taped to his locker. But just an incredible performance from start to finish from him, and he seemed to create energy for the rest of the defense.
Yeah, you know what? He is an Energizer bunny for us. You watch him practice. He starts sprinting at the beginning of practice and doesn't quit until he's off the field. He's a great leader and a great player for us.
Going back to that blocked field goal that would have made it 24-23, you guys have blocked 5 kicks this year and a couple punts. Talk about that. I mean, that seems like you guys have worked on that or emphasized that to do that in 4 games so far. I mean, it's a big number so far.
We have emphasized it and we have worked at it. We always do. I think the biggest difference this year, Coach Kaz has done a great job putting bigger bodies in on our field goal block.
Yeah, it was Damani Green got his big mid on it, right?
And Charles Ellington had great penetration all week or all day.
Yeah.
Our punt return has done a good job too, and we haven't gotten every one, but we've gotten pressure on punters and kind of made them uncomfortable.
Because other coaches see that on film, and now they're obviously aware of it, where maybe they're not even thinking of that going into a game. So it's something that other coaches are thinking about now too. That could be an advantage.
Anytime you can make people think about, okay, how do I attack that, is good.
Another long trip, Northern Michigan. Been a while since we went up there, 2014. Talk about kind of maybe the sense of toughness this team is getting after all these long road trips. They'll play anytime kind of deal.
You know what? At this point, we don't even think about it. I haven't really heard any of the players talk about, oh, we got to go to Northern.
Yeah.
They're just like, we got to play somebody, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're excited, and you know, our team has had a great attitude all season, and we're going to continue that.
What have you seen from Northern Michigan? Obviously, they got us in our home finale last year. What did they do well, and give us a few keys to victory?
You know, they've struggled a little bit to start the season, but they're a good football team, and they're a physical football team. I think they've done a great job of coaching their kids, and they play hard. Last year they had that running back that just killed us. But they still have a good quarterback, and they still have good skill players. And defensively, their safety is maybe the best defensive player in the league.